Hello viewers, in this YouTube segment, I am going to discuss about sleep hygiene measures. A lot of people generally suffer from insomnia or sleeplessness, and this has become a very common problem. The way to overcome this problem is to know about good sleep hygiene measures and also follow them regularly. So I am going to discuss this in detail in this segment. The first and foremost thing is to have a routine in terms of going to bed and waking up in the morning. For example, ideally you can go to bed at 10 o'clock in the night time and try to wake up at 6 a.m. in the morning. But many people do not follow this routine. So they may either go to bed by 12 o'clock or sometimes 1 o'clock. Therefore, they may also wake up late in the morning. So it is best to have a routine of rising and retiring at the same time each day. The next important useful tip is don't sleep during the daytime and avoid excessive daytime napping. If you sleep for 1 or 2 hours during the daytime, then the onset of sleep at night time could be delayed by 2 or 3 hours. So it is best to avoid excessive daytime napping. Try to perform some form of physical exercise and physical activities for at least 45 minutes to 1 hour every day. It could be in the form of walking, jogging, or perhaps you can join a gym and do some exercise, or you can also do some outdoor activities like playing badminton, cricket, or tennis. So it is important that you break your sweat out and do some physical activity for 45 minutes to 1 hour every day. This would help you to sleep better at night time. However, try to avoid doing physical activity closer to bedtime. It is better to do it early morning or early evening, but not closer to bedtime. Try to cut out on coffee and tea during the evening, especially after 6 p.m. So if you drink coffee or tea after 6 o'clock, then the substances present in the coffee and tea can stimulate your brain, and this can cause delay in the onset of sleep. Similarly, some people have the habit of drinking fizzy drinks like Coke, Sprite, etc. They also have some brain stimulating ability, and this can delay the onset of your sleep. Some people have the habit of smoking cigarettes and drinking alcohol, and they also probably do it closer to the bedtime. If you do so, then this can delay the onset of sleep. So don't smoke cigarettes or drink alcohol to calm down your nerves, particularly before the bedtime. Do not eat large meals at night time. We all work hard during the daytime, and when we come home, we would like to have large meals during the night time. But try to understand that eating large meals before bedtime could delay the onset of your sleep. So try to eat limited portion of meals at night time. And perhaps you can have some fruits or warm milk before you go to bed. The common mistake that people do is to sit and watch TV in their bed. Don't stimulate yourself by watching television or playing video games or watching movies in your bed. All these things can stimulate your brain and also affect your sleep onset. The other common mistake that people tend to do these days is to watch their mobile phones while lying in bed. This is extremely harmful and can very badly affect your sleep. Do not check your phone for messages. Put your phone in silent mode before you go to sleep. Alternatively, you can also put the charger at a distance away from your bed so that you don't keep checking your phone repeatedly at night time. Do not work on laptops, iPads and tablets whilst you are in bed, and do not play games using all these gadgets. Do not use social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp, etc. whilst you are lying in bed. It is also useful to prepare yourself before going to bed, and therefore try to have a pre-sleep routine. So do something relaxing before you go to bed. For example, have a bath, drink a glass of warm milk, listen to smooth music, etc. Train yourself to be asleep in bed rather than awake. Make sure your bed is associated with sleep. If you can't sleep and lying awake for more than half an hour, please get up and do something relaxing until you feel sleepy. You can either listen to soothing music or read a book or listen to some relaxation tapes. Some people have a tendency to lie in bed and think about a lot of problems they go through in life. Don't let yourself worry about things in bed. Write it down before going to bed in a piece of paper or in a diary and tell yourself that you can deal with it tomorrow. Also, make sure that your sleep environment is comfortable for you to sleep throughout the night time. Address practical issues and check for excessive light, noise, etc. The room temperature is also very important. It shouldn't be too hot nor too cold. Overall, the sleep environment should be quiet and comfortable. Sometimes people may have physical health problems which can affect their sleep. For example, difficulty in breathing or long-term pain conditions. In all these situations, it is best to consult a doctor and get their advice. If you solve these physical health problems, then naturally your sleep will also improve. Some people may also have psychological difficulties in the form of excessive worry, excessive fear, depression, stressed mind, etc. If you have these problems, it is better to consult a psychiatric doctor for advice, and if these issues are resolved, you can get a good night's sleep. On top of these tips, you can also try out some useful strategies like performing yoga, deep breathing exercises, and also learning some meditation techniques. All these can help to promote your sleep pattern in the long term. There is one more very useful point that I would like to point out in this YouTube segment. Please lower your expectation as your age advances. Your total sleep time goes down generally after the age of 50. For example, you may have 6 hours of sleeping time after the age of 60, which is normal, and you may have 4 to 5 hours of sleeping time after the age of 80, which is again normal. But people don't realize that, and their expectation becomes high. But it is important to realize that the age factor could affect your total sleeping time. In majority of these situations, people don't realize this point and demand for sleeping tablets. These sleeping tablets are helpful in the short term, but in the long term, they can cause a number of problems. I have discussed the harmful effects of taking sleeping pills in the long term in another YouTube segment, and the link is given below. So far, I have described a number of good sleep hygiene measures. Please try to follow them routinely so that you will get a good night's sleep and you feel refreshed in the mornings. I hope that this YouTube segment was helpful. In order to watch such health-related videos, please subscribe to our channel, Psychiatrist Prathap, and also don't forget to click the bell button to receive regular notifications. Thank you for watching.